Is that C for Charles or Caitlynn?
Charles.
Charles for, yeah. Sure.
Or Crystal. Could be Crystal.
Ooh, true. Don't tell her. We don't know.
The septum piercing is for Crystal.
Yeah.
True. I just chatted with her, so it'll be good. I am a big fan of this show. I'm so excited for everyone to get to watch it. And I especially love, obviously, Charles and Edwin's relationship. So going over to you, Jayden, I just wanted to ask if you had a favorite time on set with working with George.
Every single scene that we got to film together. Me and George were fortunate enough to pretty much be in the same, like most of the same scenes. We were in the same car every single day. So I don't know about like on set, but I really loved our like travel to set in the morning. We would like stop off at a Starbucks, get coffee. We'd always travel in and out together. Yeah, that was literally like our thing. And yeah, part of the process. I think if either of us came in on our own, it was like, it would ruin the equilibrium for the whole day. I mean,
like they're fighting today.
That's it. You can really see that we were joint at the hip from the start. So
I love that. George, was it the same for you? Just all the little moments?
Yeah, I think so. I felt really anchored and shielded by Jayden for the. I mean, I still do, even off camera. But I think I really enjoyed in episode 7. We got to film the origin story of Edwin and Charles, and I really enjoyed that because we'd been filming for a few months and we knew each other inside out as Jayden and George and as Charles and Edwin. So getting to play scenes and the way we filmed it was quite frantic, but it was really, really fun. It was like 7 little vignettes. And that was a really fun one to play.
Richard Spate Jr. absolutely crushed that episode. Shout out to him.
I love that. I did love that episode as well. It's always fun just getting those little flashbacks. There's so much story that we get to really learn about these characters, which is always fun. And just going back to relationships, George, I have to ask what it was like being seduced by Lucas Cage, because I feel like that would be a moment, honestly.
Yeah, well, Caitlynn, I'll tell you, it was a moment. We'd already shot the pilot at that point, so I already felt like I had the essence of Edwin, and I knew how he moved, and how he kind of, how he existed, I suppose. And then the beginning of episode 2, he obviously has that interaction with the Cat King, and as Edwin, it was obviously very shocking. And I think even for me, I was a little bit taken aback because I was so used to filming scenes that were procedural and very much not intimate. yeah. But Lucas is great. I love Lucas, and he's an absolute joy to get to act with.
He really steps into that character. I was so impressed. I love his work before, but I was like, I feel like this was made for him, truly. And the show is just so wonderfully supernatural. But did you have a favorite case to work on for each of you?
Mine, I think, was the case of the 2 dead dragons in episode 5.
Yeah.
Because it's the first time, Edwin and Charles have been pin dropped into not just Port Townsend, but America. It's a new environment for them. And it's the first time you get to see Edwin around peers of his own, of his own age who exist in the present day. And that was really, really fun as an actor. But I also love that case because, even though it's a really tragic case, I think towards the end of the episode, there's a real moment of connection between the characters, and Edwin experiences a real epiphany when it comes to Charles.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I just want to give a shout out to the scene in 5 with Twitchy Richie. It was like one of the first times you really got to see Edwin and Charles interact with the real life. Yeah. Like, remember the bit with the scissors where he makes the scissors walk, and where Charles throws him to the ground. I love filming that whole scene. For me personally, I think I'm gonna have to shout out episode 8, just because I got to have my Harry Potter Chamber of Secrets moment, fighting the snake with a sword. It's not every day you get to do that. So yeah, and I think that's the penultimate point of Charles's journey. That if he's wondering if he's a good guy or a bad guy, if he's a villain or a hero, I mean, I think only heroes go down to the magic void and kill the snake.
I didn't know there was a question of if he was a hero. That's interesting. I just always saw that way. I mean, now it's, and I love what you said about just like the ghosts interacting, because I constantly forgot that you were ghosts, and then you'd see Crystal alone. I was like, oh God, she's always talking to herself. Like, man,
we're not very good at our roles, Caitlynn.
You are. You're so good at just disappearing and being. I love it. I have to ask, I mean, your characters exist in different eras, obviously. So did you do any research to kind of prepare for how that was going to look and act?
Yeah, we both did. I think we both researched into our individual eras, for sure. And we had a lot of discussions with the heads of department on the show. So our head of hair for the pilot, Anne Carroll, she had this huge book just full of Victorian hairstyles. And we basically just got to pick one. Which is really, really fun.
Everyone made it really easy for us. All the HODs, they were so collaborative, and they did 90% of the work for us, really. They kind of embodied us into these eras just by look itself, you know?
Yeah, they sculpt the world around us, and we kind of come in last minute.
Yeah.
Just roll up, get to be there. Love that. Jada, do you know how many times you say brills in the show? Or
I would love a counter. Like, if they're like Netflix, can we?
I think they could. Yeah.
I mean, that's a great pitch to Netflix. Let's count how many brills Charles says in the series.
Yeah. Maybe aces, but I think brills might.
What do you prefer, Caitlynn? Brills or aces?
I think brills. I do.
I think I do too.
Yeah, I think
it's more satisfying to say, isn't it? Brills.
And Edwin gets a couple of brills in the series as well.
Does he?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
He doesn't even know. He's like,
yeah. I've forgotten the whole thing.
That's brills. Saved you one time on the tube. No, you won't leave either.
Oh yeah. See, he does the work for both of us, Caitlynn.
Not true.
Now my goal in life is to get a brills. I'll wait. Don't say it just to say it. I have to earn it.
Okay.
And just to close this off, what are you most excited to see from fans online after they watch the show?
Well, I suppose I'm excited for the show, really, just to come out, for people to see this wacky, whimsical, wonderful world that we've created. It's been a real labor of love, this show, and you know, all the creatives on it have done such exceptional work. It truly is a unique show, and I just hope fans respond to it.
I'm just really excited to see who everyone's favorite characters are, because I think there's so many characters that have all these amazing things about them. and
we're done. Thank you so much, Katie. Yeah.
Absolutely. I think everyone will definitely have a favorite. I mean, I love Nico just because she's an Aquarius like me, I have to say. You know, everyone.
She got Nico colors on right now. I mean, a little bit of a spoiler to episode 8, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, there we go. I should have told her. Well, thank you all so much. That's all the time I have.
Been brills.